because we're wild, you know. Girls and Kyle, you know. Make them know this. Brother the Benz, the brother the rim. Tell a boy no red eye, me work hard for me things. Them know a regular we fly like say we have wings. When you have thick fat Kyle, then a brother the link. Yeah, we no really matter when nobody wants say. We no beg firm, we full of militants. Your gala say she like me cause me clothes them trendy. Full of jewelry and we money plenty. The whole place a burn up. Yeah, anywhere we turn up. Money and girls off the surplus. Yeah, no boy can't hurt us. Touch road we never nervous. Some boy a clown in a circus. Yeah, put them in a dirt fuss. Yeah, we a flip the gal them skirt fuss. Yeah, action pack we no storyteller. Style them different, no we no popular. Clips off the load when no roll with killer. If I no girls and money then a jokes we inner. Some boy a beginner, we are the winner. Roll with the spinner when me on for the dinner. Your gal get pick up when me roll up in the beamer. Thick fat Kyle and liquor. The whole place a burn up. Yeah, anywhere we turn up. Money and girls off the surplus. No boy can't hurt us. Touch road we never nervous. Some boy a clown in a circus. Yeah, put them in a dirt fuss. Yeah, we a flip the gal them skirt fuss. Brother the Benz, the brother the rim. Tell a boy no red eye, me work hard for me things. No a regular we fly like say we have wings. When you have thick fat.
Yeah, 5 number 5.
That urban legend. Temperature rising, a lot of bullets is flying. Leonidas and Gladiator, nigga, we swinging iron. Sent him home in a bag, he was so defiant. I was tempted to let the machete chop him like a client. I've been in my zone, they keep asking me what's going on. I've been on the phone, bro, I got my money on go. My money on go, my killers on go. My killers on go. Tombstone casket closed, I'm pallbearing. Hungry niggas take half your load for your errands. We been getting massive dough, it's so apparent. Cross the border, got that white girl flipping, we call it Karen. 876 what I rep. Now that I'm in, I'ma have a Benny the Butcher effect. Yeah, Luho Jackal sneakers, that's my foot on they necks. Every time you see me moving, got some shooters with straps. Begging me, BOJ, please let me go fly it back. If I stick them on you, that's a bullet ahead. I just bought my shooter a Benz and a plain Jane, you probably would've used it to flex. I've been in my zone, they keep asking me what's going on. I've been on the phone, bro, I got my money on go. My money on go, my killers on go. My killers on go. I've been in my zone, they keep asking me what's going on. I've been on the phone, bro, I got my money on go. My money on go, my killers on go. My killers on go. Put a track on that nigga, find his location. Bad doctor about my digits, I got no patience. Fiends get to twitching when that cocaine hits. My dog told me that's his mom, but it don't change shit. Put a track on that nigga, find his location. Bad doctor about my digits, I got no patience. Fiends get to twitching when that cocaine hits. My dog told me that's his mom. Yo, homie, you can't keep serving my moms like that, bro. What you doing? Don't be bringing that to me, dog. She gon' get high regardless, and you rather me serving her than somebody else. Cause you my dog, so I ain't gonna be having your mom sucking my dick. I ain't gonna be taking the food out like that, you feel me? So I've been in my zone, they keep asking me what's going on. I've been on the phone, bro, I got my money on go. My money on go, my killers on go.
Yo. Yo, we open up the show with G Mafia. Burn Up. The hottest song right now in England, burning up the BBC. No pun intended. We ain't talking about the other thing. Maximum spins in the UK. And when we say the UK, we talking about England, Scotland, and Northern Ireland and Wales, mashing up the UK. And then the second song was friend of the show, Jackal, on Go. And y'all know about Jackal. He's the one that, if you go to Jamaica and you see any reggae artist in the biker glasses, they're rocking his stuff. And now, what y'all been waiting for, the founder of BostonReggae.com. Me and this gentleman were releasing websites back in 1996. Probably the only two black people in Boston that know how to code. MIT graduate, genius from Trinidad, who never goes to Trinidad, but always got effed up thing to say about Jamaica. The genius, the one and only Anil Batra.
To add to the fuel to the fire, the infrastructure here in Port Antonio is deplorable. I thought maybe a taxi lane that would make things. You know how you have in Boston, you have the HOV lane, right?
Right.
So we're going from uh Ocho Rios Main Street to back out to Prairie for the concert
Right.
last night. The traffic was hour and a half there, hour and a half back. On a good day, 20 minutes. So it tells you how deplorable infrastructure here is. I suggest the government put in a HOV lane. Just on special occasions, on nights like that, in which the traffic is moving to a certain level, so that people can come and see the show at a reasonable hour.
Anil, you gotta understand. You
We've
gotta
gone
understand one thing. Christmas in Jamaica.
No,
There's
but
only
Kingston has infrastructure and day. It's night and day. Kingston has infrastructure. Despite the fuckery that happened at the concert, getting to the concert in Kingston at National Stadium was top notch. It was well done, well received. There wasn't any
okay.
bottlenecks and everything went seamlessly. But when you go
Right.
to Ocho Rios, you step back maybe 10 to 15 years. Imagine Boston before the Big Dig.
Right.
That's Ocho Rios now.
You got to understand one thing, though. There's only 2 countries in the world that really celebrates Christmas like Christmas. Like Christmas in Jamaica, everybody and their mama's flying down. It's there's nothing you could do. Like Jamaica is busy. Jamaica won't.
It's a big deal.
Yeah, Jamaica won't get back to normal activity to maybe January 20th. But as of right now, you're still in the middle of Christmas in Jamaica. January 5th, it's still Christmas out there.
Right.
I mean, it's busy. All right, so let's start with the cartel show. I'm going to let you paint a picture from the morning to the night to the show to after. I'm giving you the floor, and we're going to do that. Then we're going to go to Bounty and Friends, and then we're going to go to Buju. But I just want your honest opinion about the show, about the infrastructure in Kingston. Like, give us some details.
I'll give you all the whole spiel. I'll give you the whole spiel.
Let's go. Let's start with cartel.
So, yeah, cartel. So I was already on the island from the 30th, and I say, hey, let me find a better ticket going through Montego Bay. So I went
Okay.
from Montego Bay to Ocho Rios, and I left out 31st, 1 o'clock. Took the Netford Express to Dominica Street, whatever.
Yep.
New Kingston, went to the bus terminal. The owner of the property picks me up, brings me to Portmore.
Wow,
So
big money.
my experience was like very, very different from other Jamaicans, because most Jamaicans with, common sense would have stayed in the town center itself, somewhere in New Kingston, probably halfway tree. But I'm coming off of Portmore, right? So I
Right.
jump in like, I'm like, all right, let me go walk up here. Because at Portmore, everybody have vehicle. Everybody.
Right. Yeah.
So I do what I do and jump on the coaster. And we take the coaster down into halfway tree. And then some get me off next coaster, take it to Heroes Park. And from Heroes Park, I take a bus. And everything nice. Everything's spread out. Everything's marked. Everything is proper. The buses are leaving every 10, 15 minutes. It's like well put
Yeah.
together. You think you're in a European country, things are so pristine
Yeah,
and put
Portmore don't
together,
play
right?
around. Portmore don't play around. We know that. Portmore is a place that's
No, you're going from Portmore. You're going from Portmore to downtown eventually,
right.
because Three Heroes Park is downtown. No parking lot at the National Stadium on that
Really?
night. On that night, no parking lot. So there's three
Okay.
parking lots. There was one was Heroes Park, one was Jamaica College, and one was some other location. I have to look it up. But I went to Heroes
Right.
Park, right? And getting to concert was like you get there at like 10 o'clock and the vibes go on stage at 11:30. And it started off with him wearing the blazer and wearing a fine suit, very well put together, GQ, like
Right.
handsome, right? And he comes off a riser out of the floor, a la maybe
Michael
Prince
Jackson.
when 1999. Well,
Hold
Michael
on,
Jackson, yeah,
before you
they
go,
both come
do you
through like
remember Michael Jackson when they shot him out of the stage and he was like 20 feet above the stage in like a Spider-Man pose? You remember that?
oh yeah, that was
Yeah,
towards
Michael
the end.
Jackson's the only person I've ever seen being ejected. I mean, everybody gets
No one
it's a
getting
slow ride.
ejected. No one getting ejected. He's like off a
Yeah,
riser. This
yeah,
is
yeah.
Vibes Cartel.
Yeah,
This
Michael
is not
Jackson
Michael
did
Jackson.
the
Exactly. It's
Spider-Man.
different.
I'll remember that for the rest of my life. All right, go ahead.
Like a cannonball attack. Right? Yeah. If you get a chance in New York, you can take it to the MJ musical. Maybe get some time.
Yeah, the MJ musical here in New York is crazy,
Totally.
right?
So it went well. Uh, Steely Bashman, whole bunch of acts, Ricky Feelings. Um, Another guy. Yeah, they are doing this peppering this lead up to this
Right.
stage show. So they gave it a whole hour performance. Just selected 11:30 sharp. Vibes Cartel go on stage, and you could hear like a pin drop as the whole
Really?
thing takes place. There's smoke. There's uh pyrotechnics. It was really well put together. He's wearing a blazer and a suit at this, you know, a suit at the time. Even though it's like 85 degrees outside, he's wearing a suit, sweating his ass off, of course. So him, the highlight was him and Spice, and that's what every media publication talks about here in the island. Observer, Leaner. But you want to hear the real story? This is
Right.
BobbyShakes.com we're
Shakes
dealing
is
with,
live.
right?
Shakes is live.
So the controversy starts after the second hour, after he loses his win, after he gets
Right.
a little bit tired. I don't know what happens backstage between Popcorn and Chronic Law, but I guess Scott the Burrell had to take matters into his own hands, but it's adding fuel to the fire. It my It's hurtful to say this because Chronic Law and Popcorn carried the torch while Vibes Cartel was incarcerated, right?
I would agree with you on that. I agree with you on that.
And the fact is they felt a certain way. They're not being allocated all the privileges backstage that a artist should be allocated. I mean, in their opinion. I mean, you know from history that you know Popcorn and these guys have always had their run-ins with security
Right.
staff, and
That's
kind of paints them in a bad picture. But to be disrespected on night on that level, it really left a bad taste in their mouth. So we have to kind of understand from where they're
right.
coming from. The guy Barb's incarcerated. Adisha is locked up away from his wife and children, and these guys are putting the dance hall the best they can on their back to
Right.
carry it to the next
Okay.
level. So is it disrespect? Did Scott to have to get in the way he
He's the
got in?
promoter.
This man just got out of prison. Do you knew? Yeah. Well, Skyler trying to handle his business and clear any type of disrespect, which doesn't add violence, does not beget violence.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You don't. Two wrongs don't make a right. It's not algebra
And the
class. You know what I'm
problem is when
saying?
you have two idiots arguing, nobody knows who's right or wrong. That's the problem with a fight. If you're watching a fight from a distance, you see two people fighting, you have no idea who's right or wrong. You just see two human beings acting crazy.
And you don't need this,
Right.
not on a night like this, not after you've been in prison for 13 years for supposedly doing the wrong things. In the matter of opinion, in Kingston, in Portmore, even when I was talking to the owner of the property that I was renting, a lot of people still feel that Vibes Cartel hasn't atoned for what he's done, or they still kind of holding him accountable. And the only reason why they feel that he was let go is because the government doesn't have enough resources to try him again on the next trial. So a lot of people still, even though this Freedom Street has happened, even though he's been officially acquitted, they still, in a matter of court of public opinion in Jamaica, in his own home country, they still feel that he's
What
guilty.
people don't understand about Jamaica is a very right-wing Christian country.
Yeah, Donald Trump is king in Jamaica. They love him here, like
Yeah,
through and through.
Jamaica.
Like this is pure
Yeah,
mother
like
country.
Jamaica is, and we're not going to get into the politics of the homosexual and transgender thing because that's above our pay grade. But Jamaica is a place that is right wing. Education is very important in Jamaica. Christianity.
Christianity, C of E runs things. Pentecostal Church runs things
Yeah,
in this country.
Jamaica is not a country. I mean, Jamaica has an image where it's patois and ganja, but that is not what
Far from the
Jamaica
truth.
is
Far from the
very
truth.
far from what you believe Jamaica is. My grandmother, born and raised in Jamaica, I never heard her talk patois once. Both of my grandmas, born and raised in Jamaica for 90 years, never heard them speak an ounce of patois. Never. And they didn't like it when I did. They're like, dude, you're from England. Speak correct.
No, the thing is about it is
It's
like
off
it's
the
of the
street, man.
street, and some people are not of the street, so they want to separate themselves. Like, hi, I'm an
Right.
educated Jamaican, and I choose not to speak patois. Not that I can't, but the fact is, I'm not of street culture. I'm an educated person. It's like a big difference. But you see that the island is like this huge brain drain. Like everyone's flocking to America. Like not enough Jamaicans are reluctant to stay after they get to a certain level. But that's a
Whole
whole
different
different
conversation,
conversation.
but we
I
could
mean, we
touch it
know
just
the
for a little
answer.
bit. I think the brain drain is Jamaica is because, and it's kind of like Boston. I don't want to get in any trouble, but Boston, a lot of affluent black people, they get educated here and they're out. They're back in Atlanta. They're back in New York,
Get the fuck out.
Virginia,
Yeah, New
North
York. Yeah, far,
Carolina.
far because
Yeah.
Boston's racist. That's the real reason people
But
don't
I'm just
stay in Boston. Unless you go into pharmaceutical industry,
right.
there's no
So we
jobs in
have a lot
Boston.
of brain drain. So when you have brain drain, especially in black countries, then you might have a little high crime and that kind of stuff. But we're going to keep it reggae tonight. So go ahead.
Yeah.
Cartel.
Cartel. I don't want to say it, but the longer it went, the worse it got. It was painful to watch at times. It was very painful. And to know that the man is suffering of Crohn's disease makes it even more heartfelt. Like, you feel like you would try to enjoy the concert, but you feel like this is some type of a charity
Right.
event. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, when you look at Cartel,
You know, the longer you stay, the more you want to support. That's
the
the
problem
thing.
with Cartel is the best years of Cartel's behind him. Did 13 years in prison, which is with the disease. And like I said before, I believe that this concert was more like, it's funny, it's called Freedom Street. It's kind of like the Yellow Brick Road. Everybody went to Jamaica to see the Wizard of Oz. They follow the Yellow Brick Road. They got heart, they got courage, they got a brain. Then when they got to the castle and they pulled back the curtain, it was a little short guy on a microphone. And I don't know what we really wanted from Cartel.
We all fell for it.
Yeah, I don't know what we really
all
wanted from
fell.
Cartel. And
People didn't know what expected. They had the high expectations, but they were like, if it wasn't for the drama, like let's be honest. I hate to add fuel to the fire, but honestly, if it wasn't for the controversy, this event would have no relevance. And it's sad. It's very sad.
to me, as a, because remember, I'm a very selfish person in dancehall. What I loved about that show was Bounty and Cartel on stage. That made my heart feel, that filled my heart with so much love, because that's what I've been waiting for 13 years. I've been waiting for 13 years for Bounty and Cartel to squash whatever nonsense they have going. Because it's just, we always fight our friends about nonsense. You never fight anybody about anything real. And it felt good to me to see.
Right. It's always some trivial. It's
Trivial.
always trivial. It's always
It
trivial.
felt good to me
It's
for
always
me to see Bounty and Cartel together on stage.
It was a real moment, and it was a very beautiful moment, and it was heartfelt, to be
Yeah.
honest. And that's the real story, and that's the story that people
that's
should be
the
really talking about in the
that's
media.
but
But no one's discussing
I mean,
this. You know, I guess at least we
we're
discuss it
discussing
here.
it here.
We discuss it here.
That's what
Honestly.
Jamaica should be. You got to understand, and I'm gonna get killed. And I just wanna lay this out. I'm not name dropping, but I just want to say this publicly. Beanie has invited me to his birthday parties. The Marleys know my son, like my 25-year-old son. If Stephen Marley, Dave Marley is walking down the street and they see my son across the street doing some bullshit, they're gonna run over there and box him up because they know him since he's a little kid.
All right. Bounty
Killer is the only artist in Jamaica that has never ever given me the opportunity to document him. Ever. Bounty is the only artist in Jamaica I have the least amount of footage and content from. But since Copper Shot and Roots Reality and Culture, I've always said this, that Bounty is the most iconic figure in all of reggae music. And I would put him up there with Bob Marley. And a lot of people is going to kill me. I love Toots. I love, what's my guy? Oh my.
Toots was kind of boring.
Oh my God, I don't believe I forgot his name. Lee Scratch Perry. Lee Scratch Perry is my god.
Oh yeah, that was original.
Lee Scratch Perry is my god. Bounty Killer is my demigod when it comes to reggae. And it disturbs me that Jamaica is not writing and spreading that Cartel and Bounty was on the same stage. That is the biggest story. Right. It's not Scatta. It's not Freedom Street. It's not Popcorn. It's not Chronic Law. It's Bounty Killer.
And Cartel reunited once again. Reunited once again.
And that just shows the unification of where the possibility of reggae can go. And I call it reggae. A lot of people call it dancehall. I'm old school. Reggae is
What's raga?
Reggae is the music, dancehall is the venue. All right, so after you saw Bounty Killer and Cartel, what happened next?
You want to know the fuckery part, or you want to know like the happy part?
No, just be honest with us. Be honest. Give us your honest opinion.
All right, the fuckery part. All right, so I bought the general admission ticket, and those who bought the general admission ticket, there was no allocated transportation back to the designating site.
Really? What?
So I had to walk all the way from the National Stadium to Emancipation Park. And from there, I walked up to the Total Energies and got a Judah taxi for $4,000 back to Portmore.
I mean,
which was total
Mr. Neil, you are a foreigner. You're not like me, who's a struggling artist. You're a scientist. What the hell are you going to Jamaica for buying general admission tickets? Come on, man.
I just wanted to be there.
Spend the money.
I just wanted to be there. I knew it was going to be bad. That's why I didn't want to pay the full effect to be disappointed. Like the other people wanted to follow the yellow brick road and bought the VIP ticket. You know,
my cousin paid $14,000 to get into that show.
Oh, they're never going to get back in return at all.
My cousin was out of.
I mean, maybe Coachella, you'll pay that much, but not for.
Yeah, my cousin was there was four pods in the stadium. My cousin had one of the pods. There was 4 pods that you could sit in.
It was 12,000. It was 12,000 for 12
She
tickets.
bought
Like,
it
you
late.
get like unlimited liquor.
She
It
bought
was
it late.
like,
She paid
yeah.
14 grand to get in, and
Oh, you bought it
she probably
resold.
bought the
Oh god,
resold
terrible.
last minute.
Huh?
So all right. So I saw a picture with Vibes
So
Cartel on your WhatsApp. Who was that with? Who took? Did you take that picture?
I took that. That was at the Bounty Killer party.
Oh, okay. Did you take any pictures at the cartel show?
It was footage is not so great. It was I was way in the general admission section.
Okay.
Like I said.
All right. So tell us.
But I could write something if you.
Yeah,
want
we're gonna need
something.
something written, and then we're gonna probably use that picture. So, what was the good part about Cartel and Bounty? No, I mean Cartel. Besides the walking.
Romp and Shop, the Spice episode, the beautiful women. People seemed very friendly. It seemed that people weren't really from Kingston that attended that concert. I think more people were from like South Lamar or Mandeville or like because people were like just very kind. Are you okay? Do you need something to drink? Like people were just like Kingston. I wouldn't expect that type of hospitality from Kingstonian, but for people from other parts of the country, they were like very kind. And this is a dance hall. This is dance hall. I would expect like,
I mean,
brashness and
mean,
stuff like that. But people were just like definitely from the
well,
country.
we don't know where they're from,
country,
but
honest.
Just for the viewers that's watching, me and Neil, when you talk about covering dance hall, we're talking about Tivoli Gardens, Kingston, Garrison, ghettos. So we've been in some really, really violent parts in this culture. So right. I can see how you would expect that to transfer over, but maybe it didn't. Maybe those were all the affluent people. And remember too that a lot it's the affluency, right? The people with the affluent people were at that show, right? It's a big stage, and a lot of Jamaicans were just, that's how they are. Jamaica is a place where it's just warm. The only place I know that's probably warmer than Jamaica is probably Italy. Like I have Italian friends, and when you go over their house at 2 a.m, the mother's making pasta, and it's just so that's good.
It's just like almost like India. It's almost like India. If I take you in my yard in India, if you're ever interested in coming out, it's like divine intervention to have a guest in the home. So they kind of see the guest as a deity, almost like a god. So anything you ask for, they will provide and they will give willingly with love. That's why it was easy for the British to control the property. You want to do oh yeah, of course you want something. Yeah, but then the British like say, yo, we got to get this and that. You hook us up. I'll hook you up. Remember that war you had to fight? Remember that battle you had to fight? Now you owe me some land, and that's why I was able to take the land of the Indians.
Yeah, sometimes when you go to Jamaica and you go to old aunts and it's late night and they're trying to cook and we're like, listen, just give me a piece of bun and cheese and we're good. There's no need to season oxtail because we're not staying 4 hours. But that's just how Jamaica is, very warm and welcome. So
they won't take no for an answer. But the problem is that if you have to eat all the food. Even in restaurants, you have to eat all the food because they get offended if you don't eat all the food.
Because what would you give the cartel show from A to F? And no, wait a second now. Wait a second now. We got to grade this on a curve. 13 years in
curve.
Yeah, it's a curve. We have to. It's the ultimate DEE. What is DE? Diversity, equity, and inclusion, right?
Didn't earn it. What are you talking about?
That's the new talk. When everybody with a college degree
everybody
with a master's degree, their favorite word is DEI.
I went through the front door, man. They thought I was Indian. I went through the front the fucking door. I didn't get no black privilege at MIT.
So we're gonna be like the educated softies.
I was the only one in most of my fucking classes. So
So
Respect.
we're gonna grade Cartel on the diversity, inclusion, diversity, equality, and inclusion. We
can't do that.
So let me lay it
We
out.
can't do that.
Let me lay it out.
Did earn it. Did he earn it?
Yeah,
He
let
got
me
his
lay
freedom,
it
right?
out. He did 13 years in prison. He's 50 years old, and he has a chronic illness, because I have a chronic illness too. So let's grade him on a diversity affirmative action and grade. So from 1 to 10, with those parameters that I just set, what would you give the Cartel show from 1 to 10? And you got to include diversity.
Even on the remedial curve. Even on the remedial curve.
7. Okay.
He did a 7. Yeah. Even on the curve. Even
on the curve. All right. So I called you yesterday, and you were on the bus, and they told us to shut up on the bus because
you
can't talk loud on the bus, and nobody in Jamaica wants to hear no dance hall talk. So where were you going?
Especially after witnessing the Cartel show. No, especially after all the money they showed out. They
were
hear
nothing about Cartel on the bus. When I was speaking to you yesterday, where were you heading to on the coach?
Well, let's go back, because there was a next show on the 3rd.
Oh, gosh.
And that was the Bounty Killer and Friends concert.
Oh, okay. Tell me now, Bounty Killer is my god. No, Bounty Killer is my demigod. Lee Scratch Perry is my god. Zeus is my father. So tell me what the demigod Bounty Killer.
But who's your Mount Rushmore? Who's your Mount Rushmore of reggae music? Who's your Mount Rushmore?
4 artists?
If you could just pick, and we put it on Blue Hill Mountain or something.
Okay, because I'm from Malvern, St. Elizabeth, the breadbasket of Jamaican.
No. It could be English reggae also. You pick Maxi Priest if you want to. As a whole, this is the reggae Mount Rushmore. It's not like just limited Jamaica.
Okay, the reggae Mount Rushmore, which is undisputed. 1, Lee Scratch Perry. You have to put Lee Scratch Perry in the reggae Mount Rushmore. You have to. 2, you have to put Bob Marley because of diversity, equity, and inclusion.
No, he earned it. He earned it. He gave his life to this music. But get off this DEI, man. DEI stands for didn't earn it. We talk about people in the industry that's willing enough to be, that's bad enough to be, that's qualified enough to be, that's prolific enough to be on the Mount Rushmore. DEI should not be.
Okay, so let me give you why I grade Bob Marley on the curve. Because Bob Marley. Let me finish.
He earned it. He didn't.
Can I present my case to the court? Lee Scratch Perry, and this is documented, gave reggae to Bob Marley. He gave reggae to Bob Marley.
Understood.
When Chris Blackwell signed Bob Marley, and Bob Marley said, I got to record this album in Jamaica. And Chris Blackwell was like, we're not recording this album in Jamaica. And he's like, yes, we got to record it in Jamaica. When they went to the studio, because Lee Scratch Perry is they say schizophrenic. He's not schizophrenic. He vibrates.
He's a genius. They don't understand it.
People call him schizophrenic and bipolar. He vibrates on a different frequency where the psychologists and the psychiatric people don't know what's going on. He's vibrating on a different frequency. When they went down to Jamaica in the studio, Lee Scratch Perry was taking Jamaican white rum, John Crobati, and he was throwing it all over the equipment. And Chris Blackwell had a heart attack. He said, I don't believe this. And one of Bob Marley's greatest albums was produced by Lee Scratch Perry. And at the end of the session, Lee Scratch Perry said to Bob Marley and Chris Blackwell, I'm giving you guys reggae. I'm giving it to you. And this is documented. You could Google it. So Lee Scratch Perry, Bob Marley, I have to go Bounty Killer. Because of the creation, and we're not gonna get to an argument over dancehall, reggae, and the genre and all that enough stuff. But since they're gonna separate the culture, right, from dancehall from reggae, I gotta give Bounty Killer as the most prolific dancehall artist ever. And everybody, Sizzler's best record when I was in Jamaica, following Bounty Killer around one Christmas. Bounty Killer said to Sizzler, you need to stop talking about pumping up or pum pum and need to go back, smoke some weed, and write some real music. And Sizzler came out with Solid as a Rock. One of Sizzler's best albums, I believe, was Bounty Killer was the catalyst behind that album. When we talk about Cartel, when we talk about Movado, when we talk about Baby Sham, when we just talk about the movement of reggae culture, dancehall culture, Bob Marley is the king of it. So we're going to go Lee Scratch Perry, Bob Marley, Bounty Killer. Now, for record sales, this is a tough one. And a lot of people's probably gonna.
It's already there. Bob Marley's already in the second, right? So
Yeah. Bob Marley, Bob Marley, Lee Scratch Perry, Bob Marley, Bounty Killer, and then for the fourth face on Mount Rushmore, it's a tough one. But I would say it's a toss-up between either Jimmy Cliff or Shaggy for record sales, or Shabba, or Yellow Man,
Yep.
or Dennis Brown.
But, sir, you only choose one.
I know. So,
or Garnet Silk.
I don't know.
It's up to you. Who's your?
I don't know.
You're touching your own opinion, but you can only choose four. You can't.
I don't know. Can I just build a Mount Rushmore and leave a blank space for me to think about this?
No. You can change it later, but for now, as of the 5th of January, today at 10:04 Eastern time, who's the fourth person at this moment in time? If you only choose that one person.
Oh man. Lee Scratch Perry, Bob Marley, Bounty Killer. Jesus. Oh man.
You can change it later.
Or
Tonight. Yeah. And he was even part of the original conversation.
My God.
Fourth person. As of 10:05 Eastern time.
Ninja is prolific. Shabba's prolific. It's a toss-up between Shabba and Ninja. That's a tough one. It's a tough one.
Yeah, let me know, man. Let me know because
Shabba ranks.
I'm trying to. Maybe. He did get a lot of the Grammy Awards.
I have to go Shabba.
I give you that much. Yeah,
maybe. Who's your?
I'm gonna go back. I would say Bob number one. Number two.
It's tough.
Very difficult.
Very difficult.
Lee Scratch Perry, because he created a whole nother genre of music.
Right.
He created also drum and bass. And drum and bass did so prolific in the UK as well.
Like
I would say number three.
It's tough.
Garnet Silk. Because I like what he stood for. I know people won't like my answer, or they'll come up with a completely different Rushmore. But it's up to your personal opinion. And the fourth, yeah, absolutely. As of this moment in time, it's only 10:06 Eastern time. My fourth person would be Beanie Man. Beanie Man over the years. Yeah.
Beanie Man.
Beanie Man. Yeah.
That's interesting.
Popularity, his Grammy Award, his access. He doesn't really like, he's given me full access to, when I went to Jamaica for the first time in '98, he gave me access to his studio. I met Deli Ranks. I met like his whole like production team. I met everybody. And he was just so kind and so wonderful and so open. You know, I was BostonReggae.com. I started a website probably 6 months before, and he's giving me all this access. And it was wonderful. It was a really great experience.
You know what? Out of all the reggae artists in the world, Beanie Man is the most kind, welcoming, no nonsense, loving human being in all of dancehall. Beanie Man has never given me a problem and has always been a gentleman and a scholar. And he did the same for you. Like Beanie Man is a G.
Absolutely.
Beanie Man's a G.
He's
He's
professional
professional.
and he's kind.
He's
He's very
kind.
kind. I mean, I know he's a busy guy. He doesn't have a lot of time to deal with like stuff like this. He gets his publicist people. He gets involved. He's like, yo, that's my brother from Boston. Let him in. Like, oh, okay, yeah. They open like he parts heaven and earth in order to
Yeah,
make a
Beanie.
way
Yeah,
for the people. Yeah, he definitely
Yeah,
cares
Beanie
about.
Man is that. Yeah, Beanie Man's an OG. He's an OG. He's an OG. All right, so let's talk about the bounty. All right,
Absolutely.
so let's talk about the bounty show.
Bounty Killing Friends. It was 3rd of January in Sabina
Okay.
Park. Now, I just came back from India November 8th, right? And I brought a whole kit. I had like jacket India, sweatpants India, and freaking a pair of like Bluebird Adidas that even matched the color. But Sabina Park, I went there during COVID,
Okay.
and they were kind enough to show me around the grounds, and I was like really interested in cricket at the time. I've always been interested in cricket ever since like maybe late 90s. Um, but I wore my West Indian
Okay.
jersey to the concert. It was like really burgundy. Um, Took a taxi.
Okay.
Wasn't that bad. I mean, of course, it's night charges, and
Right.
I'm American, so I'm going to pay more. But that's before I knew about InDrive and how to really get around
Yeah, you got
Kingston.
you.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
less. Awesome. InDrive app. So getting to the venue, no problem. Driver very professional. What time should I pick you up, sir? I said, come and get me at 5:30.
Nice.
All right, great. Oh, your cousin was there,
J.
Cecil
Cool.
from
J.
the
Cool from
Sound System.
Everlast Movements.
From Yeah, he was there, and we struck up a conversation on at the exit. We had a long conversation. Hey, what you doing out here? I was, spread. He
He
didn't
didn't
go
go to
to he didn't
Cartel.
go to
No.
Cartel, by the way. He called me foolish. He called me foolish for
Wait a
going.
second. Wait a second. Wait a second. You're gonna get
So
J. Cool in trouble. You're gonna get J. Cool in trouble by saying that. I mean, J. Cool is Gaza all the way. But go ahead.
because
He
he
didn't
didn't
go.
go
No.
to the concert.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
why
was
did
speaking
you
to him
go?
all night. I go, you going to the show?
Yeah. He
Yeah.
said he knew not to go.
Yeah.
He said he knew not to go. Why'd you waste your time? Like, what the fuck? So it was great to see him at the end of the night. I had my West Indian kid on. Great show. Um, Beginning of the show, we have Mr. Cartel in the flesh in the VIP section. I take a photo, right? So I'm thinking later down the
Cartel's gonna perform.
line, maybe Cartel will come on stage and do something
Right.
amazing, right?
The,
Like
the,
this
the,
is the top, the Mount
right.
Rushmore of dancehall. This is
Right.
the echelon, right? And so Cartel passed the torch to Cartel, Grunzilla himself,
Poor people
the
government.
poor people governor, bounty killer, Pat Rodney Price, passed the torch to
Yes.
Cartel. Because Cartel, we gotta get well, we gotta call it along the lines, man. Cartel was the only artist bar none to do it independently. Everyone else was signed to major label.
Listen,
He had full creative control. So not to take anything away from Cartel, maybe as a stage performance, but as a producer, as a writer, as someone that's in a booth, genius,
the
pure
great
genius. Like people were so hateful. People were so hateful because of Cartel because he kept making wonderful #1 hits, even while incarcerated. They couldn't even get on a show because Cartel was like having the first, second, third, and fourth spot in the dancehall
Cartel is,
rotation
yeah,
globally, not in the
Cartel
sphere.
is Cartel is a genius. Pure genius. Could
Pure
you imagine
genius.
if Cartel and Lee Scratch Perry were to get together? What they would create?
I would like to see Cartel do some
Yeah.
Bollywood tracks with
Like
some
when you
of
think
these. That's what I hope.
Cartel's a genius.
I would love to see.
Cartel's a genius.
Totally.
Lyrical. And he's the only artist, I think, to have a hit in England, right? With Stylo Juice. Yeah. A hit in England
Simultaneously.
that destroyed the UK, hit in America, and multiple hits in Jamaica. There's no other artist that had segregated hits. Like Touchdown with Stylo G and Nicki Minaj was huge in America. But in London, UK, Germany, and France, that was like their anthem for a summer. He's a genius.
The whole summer.
Cartel's a genius. Horrible stage performer. Horrible. But he's a genius. All right, so go on about the Bounty Show.
Tracks, no band. Even though Cartel was like the the Freedom Street was like a
Right.
real echelon show. Maybe I like a band, maybe because it's the Trinity in me or something. I don't know. There was no band, there was all tracks. And that's one thing that I feel it cheapens the work, but we gotta understand that this is how the music originally started off with sound systems. This is how dancehall started. So I guess in going back to like the classic creation, I much prefer a band, but that stadium was only allotted to a very small segment. You couldn't see the whole stadium. You couldn't go up in the stands and hang out. Regret not bringing a chair to the concert. Um, but vibes was there throughout the duration. I mean, the show started at like 3:30, and he gave 2 hours straight, like head, like body, soul, and
He's
spirit
got a
into
catalog.
that performance. It was much better. It was much better. But he didn't sing the hits. He sung like stuff, the B stuff, the stuff that's he's not known for. He sung a lot of
Okay.
tracks with Ricky Stevens, and I really commend him for that. Uh Sham was there. It was great. A lot of sound systems. His son gave a performance towards the end of the concert.
Nice.
That was well done, well respected, well received. Um, yeah, Bounty Killer gave it his all, and it was a lot better product than
What I've
Cartel.
noticed with Bounty Killer, which is this is why he's on the Mount Rushmore, right? When Bounty Killer came out, he was the worst performer on the planet. Like he was terrible.
No, considering that you're from Boston and where you came out comes a different connotation. So I would say when Bounty Killer arrived on the scene, that's what
We're talking, guys.
you
We're
should be saying.
talking 30 years ago when Bounty Killer arrived on the scene.
Came out as
30 years ago. I mean, a lot of y'all are young that's watching this because we're old. But Bounty Killer,
Or
I would
even
think, is
remember
the
Bounty
only
Killer from 90s.
90s.
Really, yeah.
Bounty Killer is the only reggae dancehall artist right now that has aged like wine, and everybody has aged like vinegar. It seems that Bounty Killer hasn't reached his plateau yet. It seems that he's still learning where he needs to go. Because I'm watching his performances now, and it's crazy. There's a lot of room left in Bounty's career. There's a lot of room left. He hasn't peaked. Do you think he's peaked?
I think it's really supply and demand. Mm, I think he can
Yeah,
go
he can go
further.
further.
I think he's probably gonna be like an Elvis Presley of
Yeah,
reggae music.
yeah,
Um, but I feel that the supply and demand of Bounty makes him kind of like elusive,
yes,
and the fact that he can't get visas to go to some countries and he can't really travel the way he used to
right.
travel, makes it even more like a special thing to see Bounty Killer in
You know, you're
action.
right. Right,
Because he's not like on every stage show. He's not good performing like every night
right.
in Kingston, or turning the Pegasus into like the freaking like, New York and Las Vegas or anything, or what's that? Hollywood, what's it? Planet Hollywood, where they have like, just crooners come out the pasture. He's not like that. He's still giving elusive. He's still performing, selectively. Um, I would love for him to get his visa to come and travel the world. Um, it's completely up to him at this stage, but he's still going hard and he's still very, very, very entertaining. And he's loved. He's very loved and well received in this country.
Yeah, Bounty Killer is loved in Jamaica because he's always stood up for us. He's all I remember when you think about Bounty Killer is probably one of the only artists where you hear a song and then you remember where you were. I was in Santa Cruz at Juicy Beef, and I went in there and we're just hanging out on the piazza, and I go in and I just buy a box of like, I don't know, maybe 30, 40 patties. And we just put it on top of the
How long did it take to get the patties? Were they frozen or
nah,
they were?
they were ready to go with Juicy Beef, but my dad knows the owner of of yeah,
Oh, you put it
yeah.
on your
So I
early
walked in
order.
and I paid and I got the big rack and I put it on top of the cassette man sound system, and we're
Yeah.
just there, and I said everybody around just eat, and we're just eating, and the cassette man said, "Yo, Farn, I'm gonna play something you never heard before," and that's when I heard "Down in the Ghetto," and I cried when I heard that song. I cried because it was like
Wow.
I'm listening to "Down in the Ghetto" and I'm just looking around Santa, and I'm just looking at everybody's expression and everybody. It's like that song hit them in the heart. Down in the Ghetto hit everybody in the heart, and it's his music will always hit us in the heart. His music is not light bubblegum fuckery. It's like when Bounty Killer writes,
It's well thought out and
yeah.
well planned. Yeah, it's genius on the paper.
Bounty Killer
Seriously.
doesn't have any throwaway songs. A lot of artists have throwaway songs, right? A lot of big artists have throwaway songs, or they do songs that they shouldn't be doing. But man, Bounty Killer is an icon. And with his catalog, he could do 2 hours. It's crazy. What would you give the Bounty Show 1 to 10? Jesus
11,
Christ.
and that's not DEI. He actually earned it. He actually earned it.
You give Bounty Killer. I mean, Bounty Killer. Bounty Killer's.
I would even give it a higher grade that concert than going to like the States to see Madonna, or even like The Cure, or even like any Tears for Fears, or any of the pop acts, or even that Harry Styles. Bounty Killer concert could be, if given like, the world is a stage and all the world's a player. I'm quoting William Shakespeare here. Uh, Bounty Killer could perform that stage on any continent in the world outside of Jamaica and still draw.
My, my
Even in
my
Africa, he could
issue with
draw
Bounty Killer
with that
is
same with that
because
same
Bounty Killer was just in England with Harry Toddler, and the friend of the show, G Mafia, was there, and he said Bounty Killer had England wild. Bounty Killer was just in England like a couple weeks ago. Had England wild. He was in Brixton. And Bounty Killer, and I'm going to say this, Bounty, and I don't know if you're going to ever hear this or not, but I think you not getting your visa or you not doing what you have to do to get your visa is a disservice to the people who love you. Bounty Killer not able to get a visa and come to America is a disservice to us who love him. He needs to get his visa. And I don't know how that's going to happen, but Bounty Killer needs to touch in New York. He needs to touch in Boston. He needs to touch in Florida. He needs to touch in Colorado. He needs to touch in LA. We need Killer here. We need that. And I think it's a disservice. These reggae artists have stole our childhood, right? Cartel locked up when I was young. Buju locked up when I was young. Bounty Can't Fly. Like, it's painful for us that really love this genre. It's really painful. It's really painful.
For a long time, Popcorn couldn't get a visa. And like, I guess he doesn't really respect that idea or that concept with his antics.
Yeah, it's
You know what I'm saying? Be a bad man in the studio. Don't bring bad antics. As like, respect begats respect. You earn respect. You're not giving respect. You earn the respect you know what I'm saying? And to come, I mean, he's not a child. I mean, the fact is that people allow this for so long. He's always had the problems with the security staff
wherever he's
wherever
gone.
he's gone, even before he was
Yeah.
like on that level. So to him to act like this is not out of the
Right.
ordinary, and no one should be surprised. But negative behavior begets negative behavior. That's why dance hall is not going to get
Right.
far. And I said it, and I'll plead on it. You know that dance hall is not going to get this far because how you going to package a product for the world stage when you bring controversy and
Right.
violence? You know, it's not hip hop. People just talking hip hop in Jamaica. Actions are more. No, it's like this. It's like this. It's a mathematical equation. Ideas formulate thoughts, and thoughts formulate
Yes.
actions, and actions is what gets you
Absolutely.
killed. So it's a four-step approach.
100%. Yeah, dancehall's doing us a
Yeah.
big disservice. All right. What did you do after Bounty Killer?
Oh man,
Uh-oh, I see it.
it's a long
I see
haul,
the
man.
I see the
It's a long
smile on your
haul, yeah.
face. I mean, who did you see? Bob Marley? I mean,
So
what was next after that? Where did you go after Bounty?
I came straight to St. Anne's,
Okay.
man. Took the nuts for it. Remember,
Oh, that's
we
where I
got
saw you.
you can't talk
Oh yeah,
loud
we
on the
can't
bus,
talk.
sir.
Okay.
Yeah, I was coming up to the intimate concert with Barris and Buju, and it was a phenomenal experience, man. It was very, very beautiful. It's very beautiful experience. My only regret for the concert, honestly, is that I didn't get to catch the sunrise on the concert.
What
That
did you
was the
do?
only negative effect. Uh, well, getting there was tragic because infrastructure does
Right.
not exist, and took an hour to get there. And once getting there, you really didn't want to
Right. Oh, so yeah, you did.
leave. um, but didn't have press again. And I was a general admission, but I still got a lot to see a lot of the show. The show was great. Got there kind of late, but the format was Barris, Bounty, and then at the end was Wayne Wonder. Wayne Wonder brought us home. The concert ended at 4:30, but Barris goes
Yeah.
through his whole complete his
Barris
complete
is
catalog. He
demigod.
holds nothing
Demigod.
back. Totally. And if there was a fifth place on Mount Rushmore, it would be Barris.
How did Buju
Uh,
perform?
think it's the best performance he's given. It was better than seeing him in New York. Totally, it was totally different experience. He bellowed his heart out to the crowd. Uh, People were shedding tears.
People were crying.
Um, it yeah, it was that expressive. Um, but he held nothing back. He left it all out there on the stage. He gave his all for that concert. And very dedicated in that respect.
It seems you had a lot to say about the cartel and Bounty. It seems that cartel was it seems that Bounty and Beanie in Jamaica like captivated your heart because you're just speechless right now.
Yeah, it was a spiritual moment to
Jeez.
say the least. But the only regret was not getting catch the sunrise. If they would have held it out longer, because the show started so early, and I missed like the Romaine Virgo and the Marsha Griffiths, and so I kind of catch the tail end. But you can't. I mean, can't complain. I'm in Jamaica. It's 87 degrees
Wow.
Fahrenheit, about 24 Celsius. While everyone back east is
Freezing.
freezing.
Today was freezing. Yeah.
So, and I got t-shirt and shorts on. I'm walking to the grocery store, getting my little, my curry to make my curry chicken, and it's a special place. But
Man.
it's not for the weak-hearted. Jamaica's not for the weak-hearted. It's for those who can
Right.
endure. And once you start stepping out of places like Mobay and seeing Jamaica for the country that it actually is, I guarantee you're gonna have a better experience. And for those first timers who only come in from Mobay, don't limit yourselves because people go see Mobay and they see all the negativity and they run home and think the whole island's like that. And it's completely not. Come and see Jamaica, come and experience different cities, different level, different vibes. That's my best advice to give any tourists coming from far and Oviedo. Also, if you're in Kingston, or if you're in the new ancient cities, two apps you gotta have. You gotta have InDrive and you gotta have Seven Crave. Them the two apps you have to have. Seven Crave's like the Uber Eats of Jamaica. They come and
Oh
bring you
man.
food. It's quite
What did you
wonderful.
eat down there? What did you
Um,
eat?
or you get an Airbnb and cook your own food. What did I make or what did I
Oh,
eat?
you're making
I
your own food
had
in Jamaica.
I'm doing both.
Wow.
So I came down on
What,
Monday, kind of starved, didn't have much. I had like some jerk chicken off the corner. It was all right. Nothing to write home about, but it was all right. And then I go get went to the progressive shop. I got some juices, got some snacks. I can't get too much because I'm going to travel. I'm going to Kingston for the Freedom Street. I go run out and get Domino's pizza.
are you kidding
And the
me?
Domino's pizza, yeah, because it's the only thing I could find. And that's the only thing I could find in the Portmore Plaza, Portmore Plaza. Bayshore. I was on Bayshore.
Right.
There you go, Port Henderson, Portmore Plaza. And then for the Domino's Pizza, yo, the people say they going out to the concert like right now. I'm like, can I get changed? And the guy's like, nah, man, jump in the taxi or jump in the route taxi and get there because it's going to start on time. So it not like soon
Right.
come. People come at 2, 3 in the morning. Not tonight. It's not going to be that kind of night. That's what the guy explained to me that was in there waiting for his pizza. It's like it ain't that kind of party tonight, my brother. If you here now and you leave with me the way I'm leaving from here now, you can get to the concert and enjoy yourself. But if you go back to Oyoso and you go get a nap and go take the little disco nap and go take the shower and go
You man.
pretty yourself and parlay, you're gonna miss half the concert because getting into Kingston, it not
Not,
nice,
not.
brother. It not nice.
So
So
that was your excuse.
good thing I listened to the advice of the locals and I got
So that was
there,
your
you know?
excuse for having dom. There was no pan chicken. There's no man on the road selling pan chicken.
Uh yeah, but it's darkly lit and you can't really see what you're
Oh,
eating.
come on.
So that's the issue. But Domino's Pizza right there, it still took quite some time because everybody is, remember, it is New
New Year's
Year's
Eve.
Eve. So everybody going to get the Domino's Pizza. It's like, all
Come
right,
on.
this must be something decent. Let me go check
Come
it
on,
out.
man. You should have got
And
pan
it's got
chicken.
a, it's got a simple, small one. Little cheese one. Simple. I wanted pizza. I
Come on,
don't
man. You
know.
can't go to
Pizza's a
you
big
can't
deal in
go to
this country.
Jamaica and eat pizza. You have to get some pan chicken. Amount of people on the road with pan. You gotta.
Had pan chicken the first night.
All right,
Pan chicken the
all right,
first night. I had the pan
all right,
chicken. Nothing to write
all
home
right.
about. And then the landlord very friendly. Come on, New Year's Day. You Mr. Barker, you need something? I'm gonna say, yeah. How about a few hangers? He brings some hangers over. Where you at now? I'm down. I tell him I'm at the gas station in the road. Yeah, I'll come get you. Yeah, where you gonna go off to? Take me Mega Mart. Mega Mart open on you? Yeah, I got you. Mega
Nice.
Mart open. You take me Mega Mart. And I buy up like, some chicken and I buy curry. I'm an Indian curry with some basmati
Hmm.
rice. And so he come over later to get some chicken. Like, oh, he took half the chicken. So, yo, Mr. Basha, always make the chicken like that, man. Always. You come back next time, we give you a discount. Just bring the chicken, all right? It's like,
I mean, you're from India. You know what curry is. The
exactly.
only people that can really do
Well,
curry go to anything Indian.
West
Yeah, we
Indians
know, we
know.
know.
West
You know,
Indians know. West
yeah.
Indians know curry. It's the
Same
same
food. Yeah, I know,
food, man. It's
but
the same
Indians
food.
no good.
That's why you and I get well. That's why we get along so well
Yeah,
together,
I
my
love you,
brother.
man. I love you.
Love you too, man. Definitely. Don't stop using the DEI. Man. Come on. No, because you really limit yourself with that. You really limit yourself that. Always think that you earned something, nothing was ever given
That's
to
right.
you, man. When you start making excuses like you need things to be handed to you don't see the Indians come over here crying about it,
Right?
right? You don't see them coming over, oh, we only got like $100 in the bank and we got to come over here on student visa and see what we can do. We're not asking for handouts. We earned everything we get.
So when you coming back home?
Just like Jamaicans. Just like never. Not technically.
You never leaving Jamaica. Yeah, man. Every
No,
time I go to
no,
Jamaica,
no.
I always cry when I leave.
By law, it's 90 days.
You're in Jamaica for
But
90
I've
days?
got a call. No, I got a refundable ticket, so I can stay as long as 90 days.
See, what about work?
I got computer. I got Zoom.
So you're going to be in Jamaica for how
Yeah, we
long?
can still technically to the 24th. That's my return ticket. But I can extend it. So I have no idea. It might be sooner because I have a client call tomorrow. So we'll find out. No, basically I'm here on medical leave because I've had
Oh,
a
yeah,
surgery.
right. Okay,
So they're
okay.
giving me as much time as I need. Yeah. But if I
Wow.
come back, I come back. If I don't, then it probably won't be staying until March.
So
So if any
any
Airbnbs you
shows?
want to recommend?
I know. I don't know. So
Make some
is
money
there
for
any
the
more?
family, man.
I can make some phone calls for you if you're out in Kingston. I can take care of you. I'll make some phone calls for you.
Was City Kingston or is it Portmore? Because the problem is taxi everywhere.
I have a friend in Uptown Kingston. I'll actually link. I'll actually link.
Are any other upcoming shows? Are there any upcoming shows in Kingston? Nah, girl. Nah, I can't.
No, come on, man. That's
My
no. Hold on a second. This is my best friend's daughter. You're good. My best
okay.
friend's daughter.
Nah, but thing is, my girlfriend's from Thailand, right? And she's naturally jealous. You thought black women were jealous? Nah, it not
I mean,
happen.
I would be jealous too if you're running around in Jamaica with with all that melanin running around and that good sun. If I was a woman, I would be jealous too.
I have a 6 o'clock call with my girl in the morning.
Oh, she's calling you.
When you go to Jamaica, you change. You know, when you go to Jamaica, you change completely. Like you don't have the time to talk to me anymore. I'm like, I'm a lover, not a fighter.
Yo, let me tell you something right now.
That's why I want sunglasses. That's why I want sunglasses. I go outside because I want women to look in my eyes. Because if they look in my eyes, they fall in love with me. They look into my eyes. Fall in love.
Yo, let me tell you something right now. Women, I'm just gonna say this right now. If your man is going to Jamaica to cover dance hall or reggae, it is too packed, too back to back, too hectic, traveling in and out, street culture. Dude, you're just busy. Because Jamaica is, we're talking, if you do Jamaica right, you can leave a show at 5 o'clock in the morning.
6 a.m. And if you really do it right, you might leave after. No, remember Sunfest and the dance hall night of
Right.
Sunfest and how bad the traffic is to get back to Yeso, to get back down to the hip strip, to go to the hotel, to go to sleep. It's 90 minutes, and you could walk there in 30. You could walk from the concert venue, Catherine Hall concert venue, back to the hip strip in 30 minutes. But if you take a taxi, yo,
Forget about it.
easy 1 hour, easy one, because everything's roadblock on the dance hall night. Forget about it.
Traffic.
That's why everybody left. That's why everybody left after Barrett's performed last night. A lot of people left after Barrett's performance. Nobody stayed for Buju. No, I was a real head because I
Right.
really wanted to be there to witness it. But I think 3/4 of the venue cleared out after Barrett's performed. And that's
That
disrespectful.
is disrespectful
They
because
should have
Buju's an
waited.
icon. But that,
But the logistics of getting in and out, nobody wanted to deal with that. That's why
but if you
everyone left.
stay till sunset, sunrise, there's no traffic.
Yeah, but tell that to a Jamaican who wants to go to church.
That's right. You
during
got,
that
yeah.
time. Remember, the first
It's
Sunday
first Sunday.
is the first
Right,
Sunday
right.
of the year.
Right. The first Sunday of the year.
Nah, you might get excommunicated
Right.
in Jamaica if you miss
Even
that.
if you're not, even if you don't believe in God, if you're in Jamaica, you gotta make the first Sunday church service of the year. You have to, mandatory. So I guess you're right.
I'm going to Long Bay for birth of my baptism.
Nice.
And, the next
Nice.
Sunday, and that's where I'm still a heathen because we all live by sin.
Right.
But I just care a lot more than I did before I was a Christian. I have like a lot more humility. I don't know if it makes me, a weak person to care, but I carried I had more compassion after becoming Christian. I don't know, I'm not sure. But I respect life a whole lot more after accepting the Lord in my life, man. I know it's not about that platform to have religious talk, but
No.
Jamaicans are very religious. It's not all ganja
No.
and patois and dancehall.
No, I mean, if you look at the back screen of the show that we're talking on, it's the Garden of Eden. And that's what you're looking at. The picture that you're looking at on the back of the screen, that's the Garden of Eden, and that's God there creating Eve. So this show does have a hidden spiritual vibe. And you're right. Once you start to,
But where's the rib? Is there a rib? Because maybe I want to.
no pork.
As long as you don't go to McDonald's and eat that rib sandwich, because it's made from. I can't go into it. It's X-rated. I can't go get that. No McRib sandwich. You should ban that. After if someone offers you a McRib sandwich, lie and say you're a vegetarian on that day.
Oh yeah,
on that day. Because once you realize what it's made from, you don't know, go again.
Then go again. Yeah, man. It's
never go at McDonald's
again. Man, it's so what's the plan for this week? What shows are up this week?
I don't know. I'm stuck around at minimum until the Rebel Salute.
When's
But Rebel Salute gonna be in. It's one night. It's 18th.
the 18th?
The
18th is
Saturday.
Rebel Salute. Did you bring your
Yeah,
camera?
I did. I'm talking to a publicist right now to try to get some access to that show. So hopefully something happens.
Please, we need
Yeah, I brought my
yeah,
Sony.
oh, man. We need some content. You're out in Jamaica, we need some content.
Let me sit down and write something. We really gotta writer's block. I really hate writing articles. I'll write something. I gotta write three, one, two, and three.
You know there's a thing. You know
So at least I know the angle. At least I know the angle. My angle is gonna be based on the reliance, the alliance, or the reformation, or the bond, or the what's the word? Reunited again. Bounty killer and cartel. That's the story.
that's the
That's the
story.
story. Print it, send it, steal it.
That's the story I need. And I'm going to put some money behind it. I'll
Yeah.
put some advertisement behind it. That's the story that needs to be out in the ether. Bounty Killer, Vibes Cartel, reunite for one night only in Jamrock. That's the story. That's the story.
Yeah.
That's the story.
And then the Bounty Killer and Friends, best concert, best performance, that should get awards. That concert should receive awards for the accolades and for all the contribution of Bounty Killer. Most entertainment concert of 2025. And it's already the fifth day of January. It's only the 5th day of January.
You know what we should do? You know what we should do? We should probably make up a little award, and we should probably give Bounty an award.
He's been given so many.
Yeah, but just to give him another award, like Bounty, we're a bunch of nobodies, but we're
Does he support any charities? Because we could just give a donation. And maybe let's make more heartfelt and send him some meaningless trophy.
You-
Let's donate like some
that's
money
that.
to the Rodney Price Foundation or something. Let's
Yes.
do that. That's a
Does he
start.
have a foundation?
He's got to have something. I mean, he's the poor people's governor.
Yeah. You know, let's do that. Let's try and find.
Yeah, let's just give something.
Yeah, let's try and find a foundation that Bounty Killers are for a part of, and we'll put that on in the article. And because this is what we need. We need edification now. We've had enough of shoot Batiman and suck your mother. We've had enough of that. I have 30 years of that. It's time to start edifying a culture that needs to be edified because it means something to a lot of us. It means a lot to a lot of us.
Right. This is how we grew up, man.
That's how we grew up.
I used to in Cambridge. They would tell me like how dangerous Blue Hill Avenue was, man. They would tell me how dangerous it was to go there, and the more they told me that, the more people that actually sat down and actually had the conversation and told me how dangerous Blue Hill Avenue was, the more I was drawn to going there.
Oh, absolutely.
Honestly, the more they told me how bad Dorchester and Roxbury was, the more it was like, oh, I have friends that live there now. Oh, I met my friend Bobby Shakes. Wow, I'm gonna go hang out at his house. Yeah, it's awesome. It's like I'm hanging in the Garrison. Yeah, and I felt wonderful.
Can you
Uh,
believe?
so
Can you
let's just tell
believe these platforms were created in my mom's basement? How old were
No.
we? It's like 30 years ago. Was it 30 years ago?
I think it was 98.
98.
Yeah, before the 2000s hit, definitely.
So how many years is that? Only
Um,
25, right? No, 30.
Yeah.
30 years.
No, it's 27.
27.
Because yeah,
Damn, I love
because
this.
98, and it's like be 3 years from now. 27. 27.
I love this.
The 26 is some change. It'll be 27 this year. It'll be 27 this year.
I love this. I love this culture. I love this music. Love everybody I've met. Love you. We need to do this more
Do you
often.
remember when Bounty performed? Do you remember when Bounty performed in the was that the Strand Theater? What theater was that
Strand
on
Theater.
the
Yeah, I
Columbia?
have footage of that. I have
Yeah,
footage of that.
that was
Phenomenal.
phenomenal. That was like the first time I went to go see Bounty Killer. The first time, and he was perfectionist then, and he just gets better with, like you said, like he was a lot younger then,
Yeah, I mean,
honestly. But he just gets better with
yeah,
time. He just gets better
he
with time.
can't age. Like Bounty Killer can't age.
Maybe he's a vampire. He does have that thing on his neck. You've noticed that.
Yeah, like I said, Bounty Killer's a demigod. He's a demigod. He's half human, half alien. And you could see it because he doesn't look like he's slowing down over time. And he looks better now at 50 something than he did at 20 something. He's a G, man.
It's the fact that we can't get in. The fact is that when he couldn't travel for so long, it just made him more. It just raised the need to
Right.
have him out in the world.
Yeah. Man.
But we have to also give homage to him because his mother died 12 years ago, and he's had the hardest 12 years of his life just recently. And he shared that with the audience.
What did he say?
And
What did he say?
that he's had a really tough time for the last 12 years, considering he lost his mother. And maybe that's just another inspiration to push him further, to go further, because I'm sure his mother made, like any other mother, made great sacrifices for him to succeed. You know, coming from Seaview Gardens and coming from that part of Waterhouse part of Kingston,
Miss Ivy.
and to be able to rise up and overcome the obstacles. You know, he never made excuses, and he never asked for
No.
DEI, and he made it. He made
He's a
it
G.
when the chips wasn't always in his favor. You know, he's very humble beginning to succeed. You know what I'm saying? We need more inspirational stories like
We
Bounty
do.
Killer.
I've been saying this since I first heard Roots Reality and Culture. And when Roots Reality and Culture came out, Buju was running everything. And I said at that album, I said, this.
They threw stones at Buju Banton. It wasn't so long ago either. Remember that?
Yeah. I said that.
And now he comes back to this country and they revere him.
I said that Bounty Killer is the greatest reggae artist of our time. It's not even debatable. Some people will say you can't say
Not
Beanie's
even.
better than Bounty. You can't say that. You can't say Cartel is better than Bounty because Bounty groomed Cartel.
But you know who I would like to see at the Bounty Killer
Who?
concert? Beanie, because they had such a rivalry. And one makes the other one relevant,
This
and the
one
other one makes
relevant.
the other one relevant. So the relevance both increased
They're
because of
right.
their
Right.
rivalry. You know what I'm saying? The whole thing with the angel.
Let me ask you a question.
It was
I'm gonna ask
messy.
you a real question. I know the answer.
Go for it.
Who benefited more from the Bounty Beanie rivalry? I would say Beanie. Because I don't think Bounty
I would say they both did. I think they both did. Who won more? Who benefited more? No. The audience
the audience.
that paid to see it. That's who really benefited.
You're absolutely right. The people who benefit.
Even during COVID. Like they had that big Clash was like
I
streamed?
watched that. Was it on YouTube? Me and the old lady watched that on YouTube, and that was an amazing night. Bounty and Beanie, and those Bounty and Beanie together. That's a 5-hour performance.
Yeah.
Man, this music This music, this is the only music that where living legends are still alive. Like when you talk about hip hop, it's only Biggie and Tupac and Diddy's in trouble and Jay-Z might be in trouble, but you have Bounty and Beanie, you have Shaba, you have Yellow Man, you have Barris, Cartel. This culture have 5 juggernauts still moving around. There's a lot left in this culture, man. There's a lot left. So
Yes,
there's a
there's a
lot
lot left.
left.
There's a lot left.
It's
A
not like
lot
hip
left.
hop, where hip hop is basically dead, destroyed right now. All the young ones are shooting each other. They're dying of ODs. They're allegedly doing this and allegedly doing that. But reggae, the fire can cool, man. We just need to make it
There's
profitable.
still a granular morality. There's still
Yeah,
morality in dance. So you have to look for what it's worth. I mean, you don't have like pure debauch. I mean, these guys have lots of money. They're very wealthy, and they can travel anytime they want to travel and go anywhere in the world they choose to. They can get bookies anytime in the world. Like Dubai is getting a dance halls.
really.
Like they had Indian reggae festival with Anthony B. I mean, it's global, and people think it's only in this country that this music exists. It's global, and we have to thank Bob Marley for spreading the gospel message to the
Right.
world. But places that you don't think reggae exists
It
in,
exists.
it's a real big deal. It's a real big deal. In New Delhi, you go to Haz Khas, they have like 3 reggae clubs in the same
Yeah.
street. And I go up and bring my hard drive. Oh, we already got that. We already got that. We already got that. We got Skate. We got Skilly Bing. We need this, this, and this. We need more Movado tracks. We need like I'm bringing the whole plethora. I got a whole VP vault and say I got this, got this, got this. I need these 3. I need these tracks, and I have to download them off of and hook them up with it. And then these guys are selected. These guys, like, I've been to UK, man. I got every fucking thing. I don't just travel here. But a lot of kids just love it because they love Bob Marley. That's they got into the industry. And it's
Right.
like, yo, I'm a producer. I'm doing Bollywood movies, but I would like to see these guys maybe perform or maybe do some stuff for us because that's where dancehall. That's where most of the rhythms came from. It's all India and West Indies are very intertwined.
Intertwined.
People sleep on it. People really sleep on it. Yeah. When it comes to like Bhangra and Bollywood, no, when it comes to Bhangra and dancehall, if you just change the lyrics, it's
Man.
interchangeable. Bhangra artists could toast on a dancehall track and get away with it.
I honestly think that this is why I think Shakes' live is going to be completely different. Because this is the only place that we're not going to push the bullshit. Like, this is the place where, I mean, if you listen to this, this is 2 brothers spilling their hearts over culture that we love and the excellence that needs to be reported on, that doesn't get reported on, just doesn't. And that is, and that's the problem with the Jamaica, the Star, and the Gleaner. That the media, I mean, fake news media.
And the Observer,
Yeah,
and the Observer,
yeah,
and the Observer.
yeah.
Don't forget.
It's
They just regurgitate what
it's
people want
fake
to hear.
news.
Not really. I
It's
think.
fake news.
Yeah,
Fake news.
it's no, it's the news
Yeah, it's
they
the
want
news.
you to hear. It's the news that they want you to hear. And if it wasn't for the controversy, nobody would be talking about that concert because it was painful to watch. But they failed to deliver on so many aspects. I think they maybe have their heads so far up their asses. I'll say that again. I think the Observer, the Gleaner, the Star all have their heads up their asses with like what feeding people what they want to hear versus the real truth. And I'm from America, and the same thing happened with the
Same thing with
past election. Uh, yeah. So that's how the whole basis of fake news, and like because if it's a positive thing, no one wants to hear about it.
but but we're gonna do it.
Yeah. But we don't need the distractions of what like on stage magazine. Like, I know they have a bigger platform than we do. How Winfred Williams has like on stage, and it's
Yeah.
like, he's revered in the media space. But like, give me an interview. Talk to me. Talk to a real head. Don't talk to industry people who are going to give you the answers
Right.
they want to hear. Like if you're backstage, yeah, at a concert, and you're not really seeing the concert for what it's worth, because like you said, you have to go back and examine because A, you were hungry, or A, B, you didn't miss it, or C, the music was too loud, or D, you worry about the next man next to you, or E, you at the bar, or F, you trying to, roll up something to smoke. But you have to really go back and watch again the footage. I invite anybody to do that. Just go
Yeah.
back and watch again the footage
A lot of
of what really transpired.
people think I'm crazy when I give my decision on dancehall, but there's only a handful of us in the world that has dancehall on catalog where we could go back in a dark room in our mother's basement, go upstairs, get some oxtail, rice and peas, tell my mom, leave me alone. I'm in the basement, and turn on that cassette and watch a performance with no bias. Once you do that, that's the only way to talk about this culture. Because once you're, like I said, once you're in the hype, there's a lot of stuff going on. Like you said, you're rolling something up. You're trying to grind on something. You're trying to get something to eat. You're hungry. You've been standing for hours. You're worrying about the traffic. You're not trying to bump into anyone. People are bumping into you. People are talking to you. So you're missing the performance. And I think what
Right.
me and you need to do,
Or you're so in awe of the
right,
venue, or you're so in awe of the venue, like, hey, the National Stadium, this is a big
right,
deal, especially for this music. And you're so in awe of the audience that you looking around. Even at the Bounty Killer, for instance, I was more in awe of Sabina Park than I was of the National Stadium because I already been there for
right,
Shams, already seen the National Stadium. Going to Sabina Park was like, as a cricket fan and being on that field, it was bigger than the concert
man.
itself, just being in the venue. And of course, you would have seen like, oh wow, where did Chris Gayle hit that six at? Or what happened when India came to visit? What did Kohli do in this building? What did like all these great stars do at Sabina Park? And you looking up the stats and like you're distracted just by being at venue. So as a bystander, as a somewhere as a patron, you get to explore it more because backstage you're walking around, you're getting videos you're trying to do, especially working a concert. You're not gonna get like if you're there to take photos, yes, maybe. But if you're there just to like witness the show, you have a totally
Right,
different opinion of the
right,
whole genre, of the whole gamut. Because as press, and we've been press before, as press,
right,
it's kind of limited. And you don't want to rub shoulders. You don't want to go the wrong way. You don't want to rub people like, hey, I won't give this guy a pass again because he wrote something
right.
publicly that I don't agree with. But we have this genre, and this is like we can speak our mind and really educate the masses who are like, oh, they're coming into dance. So because Boston's always been a college-based town. So before they go to college, they might know Bob Marley, they might know a little bit of reggae music, but coming on here and seeing the you know, we spilling the truth, man, about an industry that we love and respected for the last 30
Listen,
years.
for those that don't know what he's talking about, I'll break it down to you. It would be like going to the Boston Garden and seeing the championship banners and viewing a concert. When we're talking about cricket, right? When we talk about the West Indies, the great bowlers that came out of there and the batsmen that came out of there, and to be in that venue, it's like you were in the field of dreams, man.
Totally, totally on the field, at the
That's
Field of
crazy.
Dreams. It's like that level. You know what I'm saying?
God damn, this so much blood and spirits in that country when you talk about cricket, and then you're on a cricket ground, and you're thinking about where did that six hit. Like when you said that to me, it filled my heart, man. It filled my heart because
Yeah.
I remember as a kid too, and you're hearing these names and you're hearing that venue, and your dad and your uncles, they're like arguing over the bowling, and to be inside that venue, it's like the ghost, right? On the
On the
field. It's
field
like,
of that video.
I mean, for like you
It's
guys
nothing
that
like
are
it.
American, it's like when the Yankees are playing the Red Sox and Derek Jeter walks over to Aaron Boone, and he goes to Aaron Boone, and Aaron Boone is nervous as hell. And Derek Jeter said to Aaron Boone, "Don't worry, the ghost will appear," right? That's Babe Ruth. That's Mickey Mantle, right? The ghosts will appear, like the ghosts of those great cricketers. So,
Like Garfield Sobers and
Jesus
Malcolm Marshall
Christ.
and Chris Gale. Like the four horsemen of the
Shit.
apocalypse. Oh man. And it's just like you step on the same foot they stepped on, and you feel in awe. You feel really in awe. You feel like that's why showed so much respect. That's why I chose to wear my West Indian kit on that night. Um, because like there's nothing like it. There's nothing like it. I know it's like they should really restore West Indies cricket to Jamaica. It's doing this country a disservice. The reason they give is the lighting. It's not adequate enough. Um, but like they just keep everything in Trinidad
Right.
and in Barbados and Guyana, and it's really not fair. It's really not fair. That's a whole nother avenue that they can add. I mean, and we're about music, right? We're not going to
Right.
discuss the CPL and how the West Indies Selection
Right.
Committee runs the thing, yeah. But I wish they did it better. They should restore cricket to Jamaica.
Like, I wasn't at the cartel show, but for the people that wasn't there, or the people that are not Jamaican, or when you say Freedom Street, the only thing that could bring this into my mind is like track and field at Kings, like the Penn Relay, like the Kingston
Oh, the
Relay in
champs,
Jamaica. Like
champs, yeah, champs. The
crazy.
boys
It's
champs, yeah, like Freedom Street, yeah.
crazy. It's crazy. Like the track and field in Jamaica, like that stadium is like you can't move when they're holding
Olympic trials at
Olympic,
the National Stadium. That's
the
that's
National
gonna be
Stadium.
crazy. That'll be amazing.
Oh my
That's
God.
amazing.
That's, man, that's just
That's who they select to go to the Olympic Games. That's a big deal.
deal.
Very big deal.
If you thought
That means
Freedom
you can
Street
have
was
money to feed your family or
family,
not. It's serious. It's very serious.
I was in Kingston when when they were having relays at the National Stadium, and let me tell you
Yeah, I
something
was
right
there
now.
in 23. In 23, I was there for the Champs relays, the Champs boys relays. I went from
Crazy,
Port Antonio. Insane.
insane.
Everyone dedicated. Everyone's got their colors on. They're selling the scarves. They take it very seriously. I think I was a couple of people came down from Pitchfield because Pitchfield's in Port Antonio is one of the top schools in all of Jamaica, not just because it's from tiny Port Antonio, because most of the people, most intelligent people,
People,
most of them are coming from that high school, go and study in the US, like big names like Penn State, like
Right.
Washington
City.
University, like Connecticut. Brilliant people coming from that particular parish in Portland to come study in the U.S. Even my friend Skeen is the last name. Her brother sold chicken on the drink stand, and she went to Boston University, and she was a dear friend of mine from a long time. Um, but it's you know, reap
Man.
what you sow, man. It's all comes back to you because you never know who you're gonna meet again. I didn't expect to meet your cousin again. But man, it's been a long time. I used to go over J. Cool's crib and help him with his stuff
Yeah.
because he was doing graphics. I think
Yeah.
just hanging out.
Omniworld graphics. Man.
Yeah, he
Man,
did
I
an
tell
art
you.
show. He did an art show for me at the Cambridge Center for Adult Education in Harvard Square. I mean, if we talking about years, man. That was in 2001.
Man.
Yeah, it's large spot.
I feel good. I really feel good,
What's your
man. Just talk.
prediction? What's your prediction for 2025? For this genre, and what do you expect?
The problem with reggae is, or dancehall, it's a very bad stock to buy. It's a stock
Our
that's
passion's in this
risky.
music, man.
Right?
Our
The,
passion
the
is in the music.
the stock is very risky. Now, there's a difference between risk and volatility. Volatility goes up and down. Risk just goes down. And unfortunately, the future
Yes, exactly.
I mean, dance hall is a risk. It's not volatile. Um,
But you can have calculated
the
risk, right? That's only to
Yeah, you can
earn.
have a calculated risk. But dance hall could only go as far as Bounty, Cartel, Beanie want to take it. There's nothing we could do. We could sit here for an hour, for almost 2 hours, and bleed our hearts about the cricket, the stadium, the grounds, the culture, the ghosts, the spirits. When we talk about
Yeah,
parallel universes and we talk about God and we talk about the Garden of Eden and we talk about faith, we could only talk. And we could put something out into the ether that's positive, but this genre,
remember the 4 steps, right?
right? This genre, this genre,
Ideas,
thoughts.
thoughts,
That's all
action.
we could do. It's up to the artist to take the next step. It's up to them to build
Right.
the infrastructure. Because if these dancehall artists build the infrastructure, we're gonna run the road. They got to build the infrastructure. They have to stop.
If you build it, they will come. If you build it, they will come.
And maybe you're right. Maybe you're right. Maybe we need to take over the genre because we're the media. Maybe we need to start putting out good energy. And we had this conversation when I started Shakes' Live. You told me that you have to take the position of edifying the genre.
Right. Protect the genre at all
Protect
costs.
the man.
You can't see the genre in a negative
Right.
light. I mean, not the way that the vultures run
Right.
with it, aka the Observer, the Queen, and this stuff.
MTV,
Uh,
BET.
because they only report
Right.
bad things. Yeah. They only want to report like, how homophobic this music is and how
Right.
negative it is and how divisive it is. But it's about love, man. This music is about love. I received more love in this genre than any other genre I've ever covered.
That's real, bro.
And I've been in some bad man places, man, because I love this music. I've been in parts of the Bronx that most people who are Jamaican don't attend. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? When every colleague at from the university tell me, yo, why you go Blue Hill Avenue? Because it's my destiny, it's my calling. I used to ride a
I know.
bicycle from Cambridge to go to the club, man. You know,
This is our calling.
that's like how far is it from?
It's far.
How far is it from Cambridge to go to Blue Hill? To go to Three Cs? If y'all remember
Yeah,
Three
it's
C,
far.
that was the mecca of dancehall and back
Yeah, that's far.
the same day. That was
Yeah, this is our
definitely,
Carling, bro,
yeah.
and this is why there's the Garden of Eden on the back, because we got to bring things back to Genesis, and we have to
Yeah,
we have
from Alpha
right
to
we
Omega.
have to bring it back,
From Alpha to
and we have to
Omega.
fight.
I think we bring artists on.
Yeah, I've had some artists. I've had Jackal. Jackal's doing a lot of things in Jamaica right now, and I have my boy G Mafia. He's out in the UK. Yeah, this is not my platform. If there's something that you want to do on the platform, you just let me know. It's very simple. We could just share the link, and you run New York, I run Boston. Together we run Jamaica, I think.
Yeah, I think what's the calendar looking like? Are you free to travel?
Yeah, I just got my I got to get my passport. I just got to get a United States passport.
That's not well. Good luck. You
Yeah,
better
good
get it
luck.
before the 20th.
No, I'm
Uh,
a citizen. I just became a citizen,
good
so I
luck.
got to get
It's 6 weeks. It's 6 weeks. Probably by Sunfest,
maybe by
maybe
Sunfest. Yeah,
depends on.
because I can't travel anymore on my green card. Yeah, I'm a United
Oh,
States citizen now.
but you got a Jamaican passport, right?
I'm working.
You got a
I'm working
Jamaican
on my
passport.
Jamaican passport. I'm working.
You just got to renew it because you
No,
stay in
no, I don't
Boston.
have it.
Get,
I'm working on my Jamaican
uh,
citizenship, because there's a lot of things I want to do with the Jamaican government with entertainment, that we could talk about offline.
you trust them.
Um,
You trust them.
do I trust the Jamaican government? I would have to say yes. I just need the access.
But at which level?
I know, right?
At what level? It's a question. Like, because so many have tried to
Right.
trust
But
and they all had good intentions as well. You know?
but it's like something that you have to do. Like I want to, because I've done the street thing, right? We've done the street thing. So now I want to do like the corporate street thing, where I
Right.
want to work with the Jamaican government, go through RADA, um, see if we could do some type of exchange entertainment wise from America back to Jamaica. I think for us to make our country better, we can't run from it. Now I'm at a stage where I think I should be doing more inside Jamaica. I have my TRN down there. I have all my legal documents in Jamaica. I just don't have the citizenship, and I don't have the passport.
Right.
And my money's funny right now. But
Oh, okay.
yeah, my money's funny.
Yeah, it takes time. I understand. You crawl before you walk.
Yeah.
You crawl before you
Oh,
walk. But my thing is
my
this.
money's funny. That's something we got to talk about off stream. We'll talk about it tomorrow. Card tomorrow. Yeah, my
Right.
money's
My niece wants to come and study at UE doing biotech, but she's only 2 years in at her university and in Delhi. And she's doing life sciences at Delhi University, and she's really a talented student. I want her to succeed. I want her to come because she's definitely interested in coming. I think I'm gonna set up shop here and try to do as much as I can to help her with the transition from India to Jamaica. It won't be long for her to deal with because they both drive on the left hand side. Just getting acclimated to and seeing like different types of people might be a
I
challenge.
think with your education and with your, because I don't have a friend that's book smarter than you. I just don't.
I just think it took a lot of hard work. I don't think it's like it
No, it's
was
not given.
given. Like they
I mean,
felt
you
that
work
like my parents were
right.
educated and my parents both have postdoctorate degrees. So it wasn't like,
Nah,
the only way was to follow in their
yeah.
footsteps.
I mean, you're a talented dude, man, and that's why when I introduced you, I gave you that respect. I believe it'd be easy for you to set up shop in Jamaica.
Absolutely.
I think it'd be easy for you to set up shop in Jamaica with your.
But I need a concept. I need something different. I have to come up with like a different concept because like so many people are doing Ria, so many people are coming here and do Brilliant. They have the Jamaican Stock Exchange, so many foreign interests, but you don't see a lot of people of my melanin complexion doing things. I mean, if Elon Musk came and set up shop in Jamaica, they would get carte blanche, to be
I,
honest. But my concept is this.
I, I, I would like to
Yeah,
talk to you about your concept off
go for
camera.
it.
I,
Absolutely. Because some of
yeah,
us, it's a great
yeah.
concept. It's a great concept.
You have a great concept. I don't want to say it on the web. I would like. I'll call you tomorrow. We can sit down and talk. I
Uh,
think.
how about in 5 minutes?
All right,
This is like easy
all right.
come,
Let's
easy
do it.
go, you know.
And let's end the stream. Neil,
All right.
love you, bro. And I'll call you in like five
Yes, man.
minutes. Peace,
All right,
man.
peace. Have a great one.
Yeah, I'm gonna play some
Love you.
music, then I'm gonna call you. I love you too. Love you too. When you talk about the cricket and the way he talked about the cricket, the way he talked about, imagine at the Bounty Show who's a demigod, but you're so consumed with the feel that you're on the ground. We're grounded in the culture. We're grounded in the culture. We love the culture. We want the culture to succeed. We want the whole Caribbean to succeed. We want our people to succeed. G Mafia, Chip Glock, big song in the UK right now. We love you guys. I love Jamaica, love reggae, and I love you. I just want to say that again. I know if the music came over. I just want to say I love Anil. I love you. Love my family. Love J. Cool down in Jamaica doing his thing. Miss you, boo. Love you too. We love this culture. And I'll give my life for it. I swear to God I would. Thank you so much for watching. I know it was almost 2 hours, but it was a good 2 hours. Chip Glock, G Mafia. Have a good night.
G Mafia, yeah. Chip Glock, Chip Glock, Chip Glock, Chip Glock. With a bad bitch and a thick stash. When we roll out, we no chit chat. Boy, see the link and a flip flop. We no care where you come from. Spain town man, them a gunman. Rifle them enough couple thousands. Boy, see the link and frozen. If a badness, them no know nothing. Shut a beat when you see the Benz door open. Touchy road, jelly ground, we no owe nothing. Them a hype and them can't show nothing. Yeah, we not in and not talking. Money and girls every day we get often. Anywhere we go, we make it happen. Rich and bad so them can't, so we starving. Anywhere them see we are starting. Press button when the fat been starting. Full of style so we change run often. The place dark when the Maggie start spin. When you see we drive out, no flicker, no dry mode. Have your gal weak when we pop the Kylo. Shirt match me shows roll out in a the cope. We no afraid of nobody gunman. Rifle.
It's that BOJ, that urban legend. Temperature rising, a lot of bullets is flying. Leonidas and Gladiator, nigga, we swinging iron.
I could have ordered some liquor unscrupulous people. But go on like them not like righteousness. Them a fight against me, watch me and them. Alright. Why they wanna see me fall, and they know that I am tougher than wall. Tell me why they wanna stop my progress, wanna distract my focus. Tell me why they wanna stop my progress. To them they want to give me bonus. I told me better than the whole of them, rougher than the whole of them. Boss at next to me because me come for control again. Big up the eye wall of them, score a next goal again. Let some little fool to get some love in them soul again. Better than the whole of them, rougher than the whole of them. Boss at next to me because me come for control soul again. Pick up the eye roll of them, score a next goal again. Tell some little fool to get some love in them soul again. Cause system I watch and them a spy on me. Sit down and a chit chat fit tell life on me. Them now go catch it, but them did buy on me. Make them chat that one back, man a vigilante. Fido, man a rebel from me, I they have me knee. Yeah, me a fi bun the devil and fit them love me knee. Me now go chick them call me like them have me knee. Parich, Cadeli, ranking and no one got belly. Me better than the whole of them, rougher than the whole of them. Bust a next tune because me come for control again. Big up the eye roll of them, score a next goal again. Tell some little fool to get some love in them soul again. Better than the whole of them, rougher than the whole of them. Bust a next tune because me come for control again. Big up the eye roll of them, score a next goal again. Tell some little fool to get some love in them soul again. Network them I use for try stop the child. Season up me weed because them want see me mad. Me now go smoke it to make them glad. Cause me guide and protected by the Almighty God. No contemplate, no intimidate. In your dirty lifestyle me now participate. So, how much time you want me reiterate? Them fi terminate and generate. Me better than the whole of them, rougher than the whole of them. Bust a next tune because me come for control again. Big up the eye roll of them, score a next goal again. Get some little fool to get some love in them soul again. Better than the whole of them, rougher than the whole of them. Bust a next tune because me come for control again. Big up the eye roll of them, score a next goal again. Get some little fool to get some love in them soul again. For system I watch and them a spy on me. Sit down and a chit chat fit tell life on me. Them now go catch it, but them did buy on me. Make them that they go and bash, man a vigilante. Fido, man a rebel from me, I they have me knee. Yeah, me a fi bun the devil and fit them love me knee. Me now go drink them call me like them have me knee. Parich, Cadeli, ranking and no one got belly. Me better than the whole of them, rougher than the whole of them. Bust a next tune because me come for control again. Big up the eye roll of them, score a next goal again. Tell some little fool to get some love in them soul again. Better than the whole of them, rougher than the whole of them. Bust a next tune because me come for control again. Big up the eye roll of them, score a next goal again. Tell some little fool to get some love in them soul again. Better than the whole of them. Better than the whole of them. Better than the whole of them.
Cool now. I'm calling there. I want to know. Original pilot, aka Ross Mulligeta Sewa. Adiva! Hot girl diva, a diva. Some girl a skittle tough like a cleaver. No man no one them tell them to leave ya. A diva! Run boy, hot girl diva, a diva. Some girl a skittle tough like a cleaver. No man no one them tell them to leave.